Good morning. Call to order the meeting of the Philadelphia City Commissioners Board of Elections for Wednesday, April 10th, 2024. This meeting is in compliance under the Pennsylvania Sunshine Act. The Philadelphia City Commissioners are a three-member bipartisan board of elected officials in charge of elections and voter registration for the County of Philadelphia. Each commissioner is elected to serve a four-year term that coincides with the municipal election cycle for mayor and city council. The commissioners set and enforce departmental policy to administer voter registration and conduct elections in accordance with federal and state voter registration and election laws. The city commissioners were created by the Pennsylvania Assembly in 1711 with a focus on taxation and held various regulatory powers throughout the centuries. The commissioners started maintaining voter lists in 1799 and took on more election-related responsibilities, but did not emerge into its current form until the adoption of the Philadelphia Home Rule Charter. We will start off with public comments. Before beginning their comments, commenters shall state where they live or if they are not a resident of Philadelphia, and that they are a Philadelphia taxpayer. Public comment is not an opportunity for dialogue or Q&A. It is public comment, a chance for you to tell us what you think. Each speaker will have 2 minutes to speak. However, I may extend the time at my discretion. Public comment must concern matters on today's meeting agenda. Finally, it is my responsibility to preserve the order and decorum of the meetings. As such, profane, slandatory, discriminatory, or personal attacks will not be tolerated. If you wish to make a public objection to a perceived sunshine violation, please raise your hand and I will recognize you. Outbursts will not be tolerated. Anyone wishing to offer public comment, please step forward.
Good morning, Commissioners, and I appreciate the opportunity to talk to you.
Good morning, sir. Can you please state your name?
Yes, my name is Robert Bucholz. I am the Judge of Elections of the 56th Ward, 5th Division. And so, once again, I just want to thank you all for your excellent work. And I don't think that it gets publicized enough. You have those satellite offices, which are great, which are being set up. So I'm here just to urge you to publicize that more. Like, I don't know what the hours are. Are they open right now? Can I go down? Also, I'd like to recommend, I know that there are logistical issues, but this site, it sounds perfect because there's no lease issue. You own it. You don't have to worry about the people here are all set up and working. I understand there's a security issue. Perhaps in the future we could like cordon off a section of this building. So just gonna recommend that. As a judge of elections, so a lot of the other divisions around where we are have been having issues with the police coming in a timely manner to pick it up. Sometimes it's an hour and a half. Sometimes could be even up to 2 hours to pick up our election material. And as you all know, there's a constitutional deadline, but we have to have it in by that time. And not this past time, but 2 times ago, where we called up and it was like 2 hours later in already, and the police still hadn't been there, and so we had to actually hand carry it down to Columbus Avenue. So I know that this is out of your control, but I'm just asking you to perhaps pass that along to the police to encourage them, perhaps to have more people if that's what's necessary. Thank you very much for your consideration.
Thank you. Is there anyone else here for public comment? Hearing no one else, we will now move to report from Secretary Bluestein for email public comment. Secretary Bluestein, are there any public comments?
All comments that were emailed by 9:45 a.m. were shared with the commissioners and deputies and have been provided to each commissioner at the beginning of the meeting and are available at the public comment table. We received one comment from Dinah Bucholz related to elections coinciding with Passover. I have reviewed the comment and asked that it be moved into the record.
I have also reviewed the comment and agree to move it into the record.
I have also reviewed it. Please move it into the record. We will now proceed to old business. We have a report from our directors of election and operations, tongue-tied, which will be reported by Joseph Lynch and Stephanie Reid.
Morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
This is our weekly sunshine update for April 10th, 2024. For our voter registration report, we processed a total of 101,063 registration applications so far. Out of these, 12,009 were sent to us on paper. All applications that we received by April 8th deadline have been processed. On April 8th, we received 2,745 online and paper applications. All correspondence letters have been mailed. The staff are currently proofing and making any necessary corrections. We are still processing online and paper mail-in ballot applications and will be assisting the county board as needed. We will be mailing ID cards at the end of this week. For the county board report, as of yesterday, we have approved a total of 87,811 vote-by-mail applications, which is 7,256 added from last week's total. Of those, 51,773 are paper applications and 36,038 are electronic applications. This includes civilians and overseas and military voters. We currently have 1,019 applications waiting to be processed. Of those, 250 are paper applications and 769 are electronic applications. We have mailed out a total of 85,574 mail-in and absentee ballots. If you would like to vote by mail, the deadline is Tuesday, April 16th at 5 p.m. Voters may apply online at vote.phila.gov rather than returning the paper application. The Philadelphia County Board of Elections office in City Hall, Room 140, open for in-person ballot requests and replacement and serviced 90 visitors since March 28th. Visitors should enter through the south gate of City Hall. Visitors may request a mail-in, absentee, or replacement ballot. The City Hall Room 140 office will be open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. ID verification letters have gone out to voters that either did not include the required proof of identification on their absentee mail-in ballot application, or their proof of identification could not be verified by the County Board of Elections office. Voters who have received this letter may submit their proof of ID to the County Board of Elections via email at philaelections@phila.gov, fax it, U.S. mail, telephone, or in person. Voters have until 5 p.m. on April 28th to return their proof of identification. Friday, April 12th, 2024 is the deadline for filing Cycle 2, Second Friday pre-primary campaign finance reports. All candidates, committees, political committees, and committees contributing to candidates for office that have made expenditures to influence a city election must file a report. For our election board report, confirmation calls and emails for board workers continue. We have confirmed a total of 7,343 board workers with 932 declines and left messages for 359. Additionally, we currently have 1,440 poll workers registered for training. So far, 5,150 have attended seminar trainings and 2,399 have attended express poll refresher training sessions. With the online training now accessible, 1,290 poll workers have completed the training online. The polling place unit has been confirming locations, and we currently have 689 polling locations. We continue to monitor all sites. For our satellite election office, we're in the lease draft phase for the 6 locations, and 2 locations are in the letter of intent phase. For District 1, we have received approval to use a space leased by the city. We continue ongoing negotiations and coordinations between the city departments to facilitate the use of space. That's all I have today, Commissioners.
Thank you.
Good morning, Commissioners. I'm pleased to present an overview of our recent activities across various departments in our weekly administration report for April 10th, 2024. A quick addition to budget and procurement. Today is our budget hearing with council, so people have been working diligently to prepare for that. We've also been in touch with food trucks from a list provided by Parks and Rec, arranging schedules for election week and confirming the schedule and menu for one of the food trucks. Our routine processing of purchase orders and invoices covered various services, including office supplies and items being used for warehouse security plans. Speaking of security, warehouse credentialing processes are being finalized. Emergency plans are in the end stages and ready to be implemented. Additionally, our newly redesigned credentials have been distributed to our staff and vendors. Instructions for how to handle lost credentials and how to obtain replacements will be emailed to supervisors and managers by the end of the week. And yesterday, the USPS led a white powder training for our staff. Moving on to communications, various initiatives are in process, including updates to satellite election office signage and social media posts, creating instructional materials like pack your ballot illustrations, and election-related information through multiple channels, including public notices and additional advertisements in local publications. Updates to the polling place list website and preparation of Election Day materials are underway. In terms of engagement, tabling and voting machine demo events were organized at various locations, including the AAPI Heritage Month Gala and community centers. Election materials were distributed in efforts to recruit bilingual interpreters and engage with local businesses and centers for further outreach or ongoing. Human resources updates include our ongoing hiring efforts with positions for clerks and temps. We've made significant progress in hiring, with most positions filled or in the process of being filled. Our current workforce totals 184 employees, consisting of 155 civil service and 29 exempts. Within the bulk of the civil service roles, we have 52 clerk 1s, 21 clerk 2s, 12 clerk 3s, and 15 trades helper positions. We're focused on continuing new hire activities and preparing for orientations, as well as planning for surge staffing. Regarding surge staffing, training for polling place liaisons has been underway, with a substantial number of participants completing the program. Efforts to staff RTC, regional transmission centers, and e-car drivers are ongoing, with a high confirmation rate among enlisted drivers. Coordination with the health department for additional support, such as e-car drivers and drop-box lockers, is progressing smoothly. Our information technology team has been busy with ongoing testing of e-poll books. Offers of employment were extended to candidates for GIS and tech support specialists, and both candidates will be presented today for board approval. General IT support services are being provided as usual. I'd like to express my appreciation to all of the hardworking staff across each unit in our department for all of their hard work and dedication.
Thank you. Vice Chair Deeley, do you have any questions?
I do not.
Secretary Bluestein, do you have any questions?
Mr. Chairman, I would just like to note one correction to Mr. Lynch's report. The ID verification letters, I believe, are due back on the 29th, not the 28th. That's all I have. Thank you.
Okay. So we got that amendment? Okay. We will now move to the next agenda item. A motion to authorize the professional staff to establish mobile drop box events. Is there a second?
Second.
Secretary Bluestein, please call the roll.
Vice Chair Deeley.
Aye.
I vote aye. Chairman Sabir.
Aye. Motion carries. Secretary Bluestein, please put forth your first motion.
I move to adopt the absentee and mail-in application challenge procedures that were included in today's agenda.
Second. Secretary Bluestein, please call the roll.
Vice Chair Deeley.
Aye.
I vote aye. Chairman Sabir.
Aye. Motion carried. Secretary Bluestein, please put forth your second motion.
Per the recommendation of professional staff, I move to hire Cheyenne DeLawrence in the position of lead GIS analyst.
Is there a second? This motion does not pass the board. Secretary Bluestein, please put forth your third motion.
Per the recommendation of professional staff, I move to hire Jada Yates in the position of Technical Support Specialist.
Second. Secretary Bluestein, please call the roll.
Vice Chair Deeley.
Aye.
I vote aye. Chairman Sabir.
Aye. Motion carries. We will now move to the other portion of our agenda. Other business. Vice Chair Deeley, do you have any other business to be raised at this meeting?
I have none, Mr. Chairman.
Secretary Bluestein, do you have any business to be raised at this meeting?
I have none.
I would like to make a statement. I would like to say Eid Mubarak to the many Muslims in our city and around the world. Muslims have just completed 30 days of fasting, prayer, and charity, and today concludes our holy month of Ramadan. Thank you for our staff and supervisors that have been understanding and accommodating of our Muslim employees during this month. Thank you. I make a motion that this meeting is adjourned. Is there a second? Secretary Bluestein, please call the roll.
Vice Chair Deeley.
Aye.
I vote aye. Chairman Sabir.
Aye. All right. Ajit, hit the gavel. Hit the gavel. Hit the gavel. Hit the gavel. Hit it. You scared? I got it.